Russia accused of supporting barbarism over Syrian conflict. Washington's ambassador to the UN accuses Moscow of supporting barbarism over Aleppo bombing. The US accused Russia on Sunday of supporting barbarism over the bombing of the Syrian city of Aleppo as the West stepped up diplomatic pressure on Moscow. Accusing Russia of supporting a Syrian regime offensive that has derailed a ceasefire agreement negotiated between Washington and Moscow, Samantha Power, US ambassador to the UN, said Russian and Syrian forces were laying waste to what is left of an iconic Middle Eastern city. In a blistering speech to an emergency UN Security Council meeting, Ms. Power said, "Instead of pursuing peace, Russia and Assad make war." While Moscow was likely to argue that it was pursuing terrorists in Syria, she said that Russia is espousing fiction. What Russia is sponsoring and doing is not counterterrorism, it is barbarism, she added. In theory, the US and Russia are still working to see if there is a way to revive the ceasefire plan announced 2 weeks ago. John Kerry, US Secretary of State, has called for military aircraft to be barred from flying over contested areas. However, the fierce exchanges at the UN underlined the collapsing space for diplomacy. Vitaly Churkin, the Russian ambassador to the UN, said that the US had little influence over the rebel groups that it was backing in Syria. "Bringing a peace is almost an impossible task now," he said. The speech by Ms. Power came as Europe and the US ramped up diplomatic pressure on Russia, accusing Moscow of supporting the Syrian regime's offensive on Aleppo. Sunday's urgent meeting was held at the request of the UK, the US and France as fighting continued to rage around Aleppo and the rebel held east of the city suffered a new bombardment, the latest in a spiral of violence that has left the planned ceasefire in tatters. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said that at least 26 people had died in the new round of regime airstrikes on the city on Sunday.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. You can visit us on www.therealthingmeme.webs.com.